Hi everybody and welcome back to the Girly Girl Bookworm. So I'm back, which has been like crazy. I feel like I've been saying this in every video. Like I keep intending to film a whole bunch and like read and then film, and it hasn't been working out that way, and it's been kind of frustrating because like I'll go to make a video and I'm like, no, let me wait till I have like one more book, and then all of a sudden I realize that I have like 4 books that I've read. No, one, two, five books that I've read since I last filmed. So this is a book haul slash wrap up because I bought a bunch of books, but I have only not read one of them. So I'm gonna go in like backwards order. I'm gonna show you the book that I bought, the book I'm currently reading, and then go like backwards into what I've read since I've last filmed the video. So that's one thing that I've been noticing that's been kind of bad is lately I feel like I'm not like reading my shelf anymore. The past like let's see, all the books that I just read have been books that I've bought within the last like monthish of like the last times I've filmed a video. So like I haven't been reading like my older books that are on my shelf, which is kind of disappointing. Which I'm gonna try to get myself out of that rut. And so yeah, that's my explanation. So the first book that I have to show you, I haven't read yet, and that is Chose the Wrong Guy, Gave Him the Wrong Finger by Beth Harrison. And I've seen this book like in Target, but like the paperback version, and I've seen it, I want to say I've seen it even on Book Outlet. And I've been like tempted to pick it up, but then I haven't. And I found this at my library, which I didn't realize there was a sticker on the back, which is annoying. I found it at my library for $1 because it was 50% off, so I got it for $1. And I just had to pick it up, especially because it's been one that I've been kind of wanting, and I love hardcover, so for $1, I could not pass this up. Then the book that I am currently reading is Being Me by Lisa Renee Jones. I believe this is kind of like a new adult book slash like erotic fiction. Yeah, erotic romance. So maybe this isn't new adult. This is the sequel to If I Were You. I got this book. Like, look at the condition of this book. For 50 cents at my library, and I couldn't pass it up because I remember back when a whole bunch of YouTubers were actually getting this book for review, and I kind of wanted it. And when I found it, I had to pick it up. So I'm over halfway through. I'm trying to catch back up on my Goodreads goal. I was 2 books behind, then I was 1 book behind. So then I read another book, but then it still put me 2 books behind. So if I finish this book, hopefully I will be right on schedule to finishing 100 books this year. And obviously, in order to read this one, I had to have picked up If I Were You by Lisa Renee Jones. And I also got this one for 50 cents. And I got really excited because I was like, oh, I have 2 out of the 3 books in the trilogy. And it comes to find out she's actually written more since then. So it is no longer a trilogy. It's like a whole like series of novellas and craziness. And I liked this one. I gave this one 4 stars. I started, yesterday was Holy Thursday. And since I work in a Catholic school, we had a half day. So I came home and I like read this all pretty much in one sitting. Like I read this, went to church, and then like came back and finished it. And then started this morning. It's not like one of those like really great series. It's just kind of one of those things that kind of keeps you kind of turning the pages even though you're basically watching a train crash. So I don't know. Like I liked them. I think I gave this one I know. I gave this one like 3.5 stars because it was good, but it's not something that's like extremely amazing that I would go running out recommending to my friends, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it was good. I would recommend it. If you like erotic fiction, definitely pick it up. Then I was with my boyfriend, and he had to go like do track practice because he's a track coach, and I had like just the end of a book left, so I was like, I need to buy another book just in case I finish it, so that because I was going to be sitting in the car while he had practice. So I picked up The Good Girl by Mary Kubica. And I know this was going around BookTube a little bit. This is kind of like a Gone Girl-esque kind of story. A girl gets abducted, and this is told in the perspective of her mother, the guy who like abducts her, and her mother. And it gets alternative perspectives between the before she goes missing and then after she's found. so she like goes to a bar to like meet this her boyfriend kind of guy, and she ends up talking to this other guy who ends up like abducting her. And it was really interesting. I gave this one 4 stars. It definitely had a twist at the end that I definitely did not see coming. It's just, it took a while to get there. Like, it's funny because this book looks super long, but it's actually only 360 pages. But I felt like it could have been wrapped up a little bit shorter, which is weird because I don't usually like want a shorter book, but like some of it just felt like it dragged a little bit. But other than that, I still really enjoyed it. It's filling my need for Gone Girl, so that was nice. The book that I had almost finished, which is why I needed that book, was Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I was in Target and I just had to get this because I've already read Gone Girl. I finally got up the courage to buy Dark Places. So obviously the next in succession is Sharp Objects. It's about this girl. She's a reporter. She's moved away from home, but there's like these murders in her town. So her boss is like, you need to go like report on this. So obviously going there brings her back to such a very dark place where her mother is with her stepfather and her stepsister. And it was good. I gave it 4 stars, but there's some things that just seemed a little bit too much. Just like the main character's behavior specifically, she is very, like, obviously like, I understand she came from a dark kind of past, because when she was a child, her sister died and things like that, and she doesn't get along with her mother. But there's some things that were about her behaviorally that just really bothered me, especially when it comes to her stepsister. If you've read this, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, because her stepsister's only 13, so some things that take place are kind of just weird. But yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it. I think Gone Girl is still preferably my favorite Gillian Flynn book. I would probably, yeah, definitely say that Gone Girl is my favorite. I don't know where the other 2 rank. They're pretty much even on what I think about them. So that's all. And since I obviously like Gone Girl-esque books, I also read Say You're Sorry by Michael Robotham. This is about these 2 girls and they have gone missing. And there's a detective and he is kind of like solving another mystery. Like he's not solving a mystery. He's like a psychologist kind of person. Like he kind of profiles criminals to figure out like who the cops should be looking after. And so while he's trying to like, he gets pulled into this thing that he really doesn't want to be into, trying to profile this potential killer, which leads into the 2 girls that have gone missing. And it goes back and forth between his perspective and one of the girls that has gone missing. It's kind of like her journal entries while she's been like where she is. And yeah, like I thought it was good. I think I gave this one 4 stars. Again, this was another one that just kind of dragged out. This one was 400 and something pages. And it was one of those ones that just kind of dragged out. Like it could have been in a tight little neat package that would have made it so much better. But I did enjoy this. I realized after that this is like a book in a complete series. Like the psychologist man, he like has a whole bunch of other books and like each one obviously follows a different storyline. So it wasn't like I was reading out of order, but I think that more things would have made a lot more sense if I had read the other ones. And then the last book, well, it was actually the first book I read since we went backwards, is Imaginary Girls by Nova Ransuma. Gorgeous cover. Awful book. I just could not get into this book. It just was really weird. It's about these 2 sisters, and they find a dead body. Like one of the sisters finds a dead body, so she leaves living with her sister to go live with her father somewhere else. But she comes back with her sister, and things are just really weird about the town, weird about her sister, weird about this water where like the whole like dead body was found, and it didn't make any sense. It just wasn't believable. I just didn't like it at all. Trying to remember what the synopsis is so that I don't want to give any more of the twists away. So there's a couple twists in here, but it was just one of those things that it was kind of paranormal without making any sense. And obviously paranormal is a world that's not really existed, so it's hard to make sense of something that doesn't really exist. But this just didn't make sense to me. I think I gave this 1 star. Yeah, I believe I gave it 1 star because I just did not like this one at all. So it seems like my process of reading has gotten better, because in the beginning I just kept reading really bad books. Whenever I was actually able to read, I was picking up really bad things. So it seems like I'm starting to get into better things. Obviously it's Easter weekend, so I have a long weekend, so I'm hoping to at least finish that one, being me, and then I'll move on from there. I still have another full week of school, but then the next week is April vacation, so I'm hoping to get lots more reading in, maybe a couple more videos there, because I've honestly missed making videos. I've missed seeing you. I've missed even like watching your videos, because every now and then like I just don't have time and I don't really keep up on the videos that I would like to keep up on. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great holiday. If you celebrate